Alright, sweet, we're live, man.
What's up?
I said I just went live so we could start.
Okay.
Yeah, just welcome on here. I've been trying to do these every week to kind of help out a little bit. I enjoy talking to artists and what they're doing and projects and stuff. Well, first off, some personal questions, like where are you located and how old are you and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thanks for having me. I am Italian. I live in the very north of Italy, so like it's pretty much the border to Austria. That's also why my mother language is not Italian, but German. I do speak Italian though, but yeah. I'm 20 years old, and I've been doing 3D stuff, rendering for about 3 years now, maybe, and daily renders for just above a year now.
That's cool. Baby renders, what are those? Just like...
Oh yeah, daily renders are basically a project I've been doing, as I said, for over a year now, where I do one render every day. Like I do one render from start to finish in one day.
Okay.
And that's every day, yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. I like that. Didn't Beeple start that? Or he was doing that?
Yeah, that he inspired me to do that. I saw them improve so quick in like a matter of 2 years. So it was like, maybe I could do that too, and it did work.
Yeah, I see that with a lot of artists.
Sorry, what was that?
I said I feel that with a lot of artists. I feel like you have a big style to him too. Like I'm looking at some of your stuff.
Yeah, every here and then I have like really Beeple-ish renders. That's just inside in me. I don't know. But I think he's and will always be like a huge inspiration for many artists just because of his influence.
Yeah, definitely. What programs are you using to make your renders?
I originally started out with Blender, but I really quickly saw that it's not that great. So I downloaded Cinema 4D, and yeah, that's what I stick with now. And for rendering, I use Octane Render. So basically the same as Beeple does.
Okay.
And then that's for post editing, like visual effects and stuff. I use Photoshop, After Effects, and Nuke.
One makes me teleport like over in front of me, and the other one makes me
Do you have any like artists you look up to besides Beeple?
Yes, definitely. There is a painter who does paintings called Simon Stalenhag. I think he's Swedish. Like he does the nuttiest paintings of like sci-fi combined with vintage and retro. They're so cool. For example, the render I did yesterday is very that style. Who else? Let me think.
Do you have that render uploaded, or is it kind of just waiting?
It's on my Instagram right now. It's the octagonal safe one. I uploaded it yesterday.
Sure, dude.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that one's cool. It has like a clean, cool style to it.
Yeah, thanks. That's basically like the style of it, like with the old cars and the old houses.
Yeah.
But sci-fi thing, I really like that. And other artists are Vitaly Bulgarov, who does like sci-fi concept for robots and stuff like that. I'm not really that into that robot concept thing, but I really like what he does. And
Okay.
And also Cornelius Demrich. He does very detailed stuff, and it's also very impressive. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've been following artists probably for like maybe close, or maybe 6 or 7 months, I kind of started following Beeple, and then I just started kind of, because I work in the apparel scene, so I see a bunch of graphic work like every day.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we do it from scratch too. Like we cut and sew all the garments, and then we print it on ink-based printers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On this type of thing, like, does it take long? Like,
It depends. The company I'm working at right now is actually very professional, so they could finish a piece the same day pretty much. I mean, as long as you have the artwork in like a printing format, which would be like a PDF file or an AI, it would work. But it just depends. It really depends on the artist's upload. I mean, it could be a big file. It might take a while.
okay. Yeah.
But it's kind of like Society 6 to a point. That's our competitor. I know they host or do a lot of artist work.
Yeah, I know that. Society 6, I heard that already, I'm not sure, but...
Yeah, that's our competitor. I work at Through 6, but they do the same thing for artists.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now I'm actually working on a few of the artists. I'm doing a couple samples for them. For Jared Todd, I don't know if you know who Jared Todd is.
No, you can't build, but
No.
He's kind of newer, yeah. And then Digital Melon. They're from the U.S. So
you can also.
Oh, I know, I've heard of Digital Melon.
yeah, I actually live in the same city as him. So
You have like a cast.
yeah, and then I have Kitbash 3D on for an interview next week.
Oh, that's nice, I love Kitbash 3D.
Yeah.
I actually just bought my first couple of Kitbashs like 2 weeks ago, and they're so good.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you know what those are really? I mean, I follow them and I kind of understand it, but no one's really explained to me what Kitbash does.
They make 3D models for artists who don't have much time to make detailed stuff. Like they have a bunch of different kits, like destructed stuff or futuristic buildings and stuff like that. And in each kit bash there are usually between like, I don't know, maybe 20 to 40 different buildings or objects that you can use in your scenes. But they're actually very well made and already UV, so you can just drop your textures onto it and it fits perfectly. It's so great.
Just like a.
Yeah, that's what so you're pretty much just like coloring a book.
There's also.
Yeah, exactly. Like you get the models from the pack and just drop them into your scene.
Alright, that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, they are very helpful. Like often when clients ask me, "Yo, can you make me, I don't know, a post-apocalyptic album cover, like and stuff?" But I only pay you for 2 hours, let's say like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. I just take out my Kitbash and start about it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But then you have to, where you pay for that, like, so you'll pay for the design and then you kind of just, you could do it for different clients.
Yeah, exactly. I obviously tell them like, look, I use that Kitbash, otherwise it's not possible in 2 hours. They have kind of to accept that.
Alright, yeah, that makes sense. That's actually really smart what they did.
Yeah. So that's a win-win for everybody, I think, because the artist doesn't have much work, so he can work on other projects too, on other bigger projects. The client doesn't have to pay a shit ton of money, and the guys from Kitbash earn their money too.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's weird how much the scene's improved, I feel like, in the last few years.
Yeah, definitely. Has blown up.
I feel.
Also, since like most of the programs are now through subscription, so it's more affordable now.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you kind of pay it off as you're working.
Exactly, yeah. So let's say, I don't know, for example, Photoshop. I remember back when CS5 and 6.6 was out, it was like $1,000 for the program and then another $200 each update. And now you just pay your $20 a month and you get all the new updates.
Yeah, that's actually super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the programs are going to be very easy to use in the next few years here.
Yeah. I hope so, because like I've tried to learn a program called Houdini, which is for simulation and smoke kind of things, and I didn't I just couldn't learn it. It was too hard. I don't know why. So confusing. I hope that program gets easier soon. Because
Yeah, I heard of Houdini. A lot of or is it all artists use that? Because I had a guy on who was saying that he used Houdini a lot, and he's a virtual reality designer, like for games.
oh yeah, it's great for game design too. But like the real actual power of it is in the fluid and smoke simulation, which is an art of its own.
Definitely. So, do you consider yourself more of a designer or an artist?
I would say it's more of an artist because I don't really design stuff with brain. I don't know how to explain. Like some of my everydays, like I come home from work and I have, let's say, 20 minutes to make an everyday because it usually takes about half an hour to render. So I come home, I have 20 minutes to do a render, so I have to really quickly model something and then make it look good. So I don't really consider that as designing stuff. So it's
That's
more of a
true.
thing. So yeah.
So, like some of these pieces have like rain coming down, or just like you can kind of see it in the background. What program do you use to add that?
Oh, that's just Photoshop most of the
Photoshop.
time. Like it's basically just an overlay of rain.
Okay,
Like
how do you get
white.
how do you get those like files? Do you just Google it, or is there a site?
Yeah, I Google it. Like as I don't do it commercially, it's not really a problem for the image usage. But yeah, it's mainly just Google.
Okay.
Or for other textures, maybe there is this site called Polygon.com and rdtextures.com. That's where I get all the floors, like the 3D floor textures.
Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to, because I actually don't use these programs myself. When I was doing graphic design or art, I was just using Adobe Illustrator.
Oh yeah.
Because just for apparel, you just make like a logo, you don't need to like do all this. But I feel like this is like the new thing.
Yeah.
So
I only use Illustrator I know how to use it, but I mainly just use it to convert logos I get from clients to vectors, so I can import them to Cinema 4D and make them 3D. That's like literally
Yeah,
the
that's
only
true.
usage I have for Illustrator right now. So I really like that you can actually convert a PNG file to vectors. That's like so crazy.
yeah. Yeah, what do you think about the digital battles we've been hosting?
Oh, well, I really like that idea. Like, I've watched one of them, and I don't know what artist that was, but I really enjoyed that because you could actually see they made something very similar, but used such different techniques. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to get those going more, but it's hard to find two artists to actually because you have to stream on Twitch, and I have to connect the streams. But I'm actually working on a website right now where it has both of the artists' streams linked up to the one, so it's going to be a little more professional.
Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just time and money, but it's in the process. Right now I'm just kind of streaming it on mine with both of the screens open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy it though.
Yeah, I imagine that. I stream out every now and then too, like while doing an everyday, for example.
Yeah, that's smart. It helps a lot, I feel like, especially if you're trying to build viewers or fans for yourself.
Yeah.
I encourage that, and I feel like the movement's kind of moving towards that too. Just gaming in general and digital stuff.
Yeah, I actually like, let's say majority of the clients actually are in the game design for me, and it's like really weird because like they first always start asking me, yo, can you model this and that? And I'm like, no, sorry, I don't know how to model stuff for games. Like, and then they just go like, yo, you know what? Just put something together and we'll use it as inspiration. And that's like, I basically am, I don't know. In most games I worked at, I get featured as a lead environment artist, which is actually not really true because they actually just used my stuff for inspiration. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So they're just like looking at your stuff like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's weird. So where do you see yourself doing this stuff, and do you find it as a passion? Are you trying to do this for your career? What do you do for your career?
I am working on building up as my career. I'm getting more and more clients like every month, and yeah, I'm working my way towards making a living of it, and that's really my dream. Like, but I'm getting more into the game inspiration, like what I said, like inspiration for games, and also stage visuals for musicians. That's also a big part of my work.
Yeah, that's actually super cool, like having like a backdrop at a festival or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I have made visuals for some bigger festivals, like not for them, but for some artists who played there. For Nameless Festival, which is a festival here somewhere in Italy, and also Rampage, which is a drum and bass festival in Belgium.
Oh, Rampage is sick, like dubstep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I used to be in that scene pretty hard here in the States. We used to have a dubstep record label here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. A couple of buddies actually went out there, but it's huge out there.
Yeah, like when I wasn't there like in person, but I have seen some of the videos, and I was like, damn, this stage is definitely one of the biggest I've ever seen. Like, it's so huge.
Definitely. So how would you go about like creating that on the screen for a festival? Would it be something you would just put together and then send it to them, or would you do it live?
No, I mostly just send it to the artist, who then has a VJ who plays them at their stage. Like, I'm not going to this festival and play them. I just sit at home in front of the PC making them, and then every now and then going to the concert or something to look at them.
Yeah, that's cool. Do they pay you for the visuals?
Yeah, they do.
That's cool. What's like a recent one you sold that someone bought? Like what, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I have to think about something that's online. Like, you mean something that's on YouTube right now?
Or just of something something that you've gotten featured or you sold to and they used it?
One that comes to my mind is the elevator from Excision. What is the song again? I think it was Codename X.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's Excision, Codename X, and then Live. And if you just YouTube that, you'll see the.
It was
like
sorry. What was the? It was Excision what?
Yeah, Codename X Live, and then there's like it's from a year ago, I think, and that's like one of sort of elevator.
Oh, when he was going up the elevator, right?
Yeah, and then exactly, and that's.
I see that.
I made part of that.
Okay, see, that's badass. You know what's funny is I've seen Excision like 11 times. I saw him 2011 for the first time.
I've
His,
never seen him live yet. He was never here.
yeah, that's crazy. We actually do his merchandise at my company too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we do all of his, when he goes on tour, we do all of his banners and t-shirts and hoodies.
That's really cool.
Yeah, because my end goal for this, for my brand, is to do the battle and kind of use that as my way to help artists like make apparel too.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm kind of shooting for, kind of combining both. So how many hours do you think you put in a week on rendering?
You mean just rendering or general in the program?
Or just general in the program?
In a week, let's see, about 2 hours for an everyday per day, so it's 14, then I would say about 40 to 50 hours a week,
Okay, yeah, wow.
something like that, because like the daily renders are just like a really small part of my actual work per day.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people said.
Yeah.
Every days are, I feel like, are a little hard because you have to like do it quick and like get it done.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm actually pretty cool because like my job, the current job I have, like main job is like in a hotel, my grandparents' hotel, and I made a contract with them, so my working contract is just from like 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. So I have the whole afternoon to do my own stuff.
I got it.
Oh, that's cool. What do you do at the hotel?
Yeah, he's on the roof.
I'm just back in the office, like doing stuff like I don't know what we need to buy, like food and stuff. Like that.
Okay, so just like inventory kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, keep watching that video with the elevator. That's pretty tight though. His visuals are insane, man.
Yeah, like, but the thing, I would do it again, like not with this kind of organization, because we were like 20 people all across the world, and we had like a single Skype session where we said like you do this, you do that, and you do that, and then we had to put it together and send like for example, I got the elevator main model and had to put detail on it and then send it back to him, and like it was crazy. And
Yeah, wow.
and then it took forever to render. Like we sent it to Amazon to render it there, and just this one loop, like it's not even a loop. Like it doesn't repeat itself after a while. Like it's one visual for one song, so it's about 3 minutes of animation, and that whole thing took like 2 weeks to render.
It took 2 weeks to render.
Yeah, like
It's because it's so big, right?
Yeah, it was 4K too. So it was crazy.
See, if you tried to print that on a shirt, it wouldn't work, or it would take so long to buffer to print. That's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
And that's to get the crisp style though when it's on stage, right?
Yeah, that was also quite a difficult challenge because I don't know if you know, LED walls are always like really bright, so small detail gets lost on it just because let's say you have a white backdrop and a small black dot on it, you won't see the black dot because the white backdrop is so bright, you won't see it anyway. So we had to actually put out a lot of detail and try to make it bigger so you can see the detail again. Like there was like little bit of playing around.
Yeah, that's crazy. So how did you get the connection to work on that? Was it someone through Instagram or?
Yeah, somebody from Instagram asked me to, like, he was, I was another artist. I don't actually remember his name again. Como FX, I think. No, that's somebody else. I'll look it up later. He was like, I have the job for decision, and he asked me to do that and that, but I can't do it alone. And he's just asking around artists to help him, and I was like, yeah, sure, dude.
Oh, that's cool. So he probably got paid then.
Yeah, we all got paid over him. Like he got paid, and then we got
Split
small
up.
part.
That's cool, dude. How do you do that? Do you have contracts and stuff, or do you just do it like?
No, this one was like off the table. Like
Okay.
It was really, because it wasn't a lot of money. Like it was really, like, if you look at how many hours we spent on the loop, we basically earned nothing.
Correct. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was talking to an artist the other day because I was kind of asking him about, like, telling him about us, and he said he's busy, and he said he gets paid like $1,000 an hour or something stupid, or $1,000 a piece. I forgot who it was though, but he has a lot of following now. But I was like, crap, I mean, you could really do something.
Yeah, like, but you have to keep in mind that for like visual or artists, the payment per hour is a lot higher than on a normal job. Because
Correct.
Because you can't work that many hours a day. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
definitely.
On a normal 9 to 5, you work 8 hours, so you don't have to earn as much as an artist who only can work, let's say, 4 hours a day.
That's true. I just lost thought.
Which obviously doesn't mean that they earn a lot more. That's not.
No, definitely. So, do you think it's to get to where you want to be? Do you think it's just building your following, or is it actually building your skill?
I don't even know myself. Because, I would say for now my following because of how it works for now. Like as I said, I started like I think a week ago I had my 400 my 400 consecutive renders,
Yeah.
and since then like my following has blown up, and I've gotten a lot of new clients from that somehow.
Yeah. I think it's just they see you're putting in work, so they're like, all right, you know.
Yeah, I think that might be too, and the skill comes from day to day. Like I'm getting better every day.
Yeah, definitely you are.
Yeah, I think the main thing is the following. I'm also trying to get out locally here. If it's somehow possible, because the scene here is so small, like where I live.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm trying, instead of completely not doing it here, is like I'm trying to, be the only one who does it. So
That's
you know,
true.
like-
Yeah.
kind of building up some monopole.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to do that here. I'm trying to do like a meetup monthly here at the arena to kind of just have a bunch of artists come here and hang out.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a 2-story building with like a bunch of computers, but we can like rent out the top floor and everyone can kind of design and do stuff together.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I actually was just planning with a friend of mine for a trip to LA this summer.
Yeah, let me know, man, because I'm gonna try to set something up soon, probably within the.
Are you in LA or?
I'm right outside of LA in Orange County, in Santa Ana. This is where the land center is. It's Santa Ana. But yeah, these things are popping up a bunch. They're called esports arenas, but it's like a competitive land center where they have like Counter-Strike gamers come in, play for money, like $100,000s of dollars.
Oh, that's great.
People come stream here, so I'm trying to kind of bring the battle into this community too, to kind of give it a competitive side. Just because I feel it would be cool to kind of see who is actually better, than seeing some, because the programs are going to get super easy to use that you won't know who's better, I guess, until you see it.
Oh yeah.
Like in a time frame and like going off of someone else's theme.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'll
I've actually been in the ESL for a couple of weeks. It was so crazy. I've played Rocket League for like since it came out, right? And I ended up like playing quite good and ended up in the ESL for a couple of weeks, but then I like lost it out of my eyes, and then 12-year-old kids completely busting.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I feel like it's gonna be with the design or the programs. I feel like someone can just pick it up real quick, and all those
Yeah.
everydays you do. I mean, you could obviously tell by the like everyday's improvement, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna change soon.
Yeah, I
But-
think too.
but it-
especially because what I saw like when I first started working on larger projects that take like 2 or 3 months to work on, I just saw that I sort of unlearned to put a lot of work into my work, because I usually only put in 1 day or not even like 2 or 3 hours. So I actually had to relearn how to work longer on my projects.
Oh, I see. Because you would just move quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. For example, when I have to texture a wall for an everyday, I just put a concrete texture on it and slightly adjust it. That's it. And on bigger projects, like I end up making, like small dirt stains and graffitis on it that I draw in Photoshop and stuff like that. And I had to relearn that because I never did that in the everyday.
Oh, okay, that's crazy. So on your Instagram page, do you have a project that you worked on for like a few months on there?
Yes, actually I do. If you go a little lower, there should be a robot, like a head of a robot that was like. That's like the link. This one. This one. On this, it was like 10 hours into modeling, and then another 2 or 3 weeks into lighting and details and stuff like that. So it was about 2 weeks that I worked on it now.
Okay, yeah, you could tell it took more time. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that looks cool actually.
Thanks.
What was?
Actually, that whole sign on the back of its head, I actually wrote all that by myself and made the barcode and stuff. So if you would actually read what's on top, like what's on it, total bullshit was.
Oh, that's funny. Like it would say like, "Hey, I'm Dizzy Viper," but it's all small.
The first paragraph is like a casual, like, don't remove the lid because like warning and stuff, and then the other two are just like, you now have reached the point where the writer didn't know what to write anymore, so yeah, and it goes on like that.
Yeah, that's funny. I wouldn't even be able to tell. That actually looks really real. That's crazy.
It's just that it has to have a lot of text. It's not really more, because you don't know what's on the actual warning sides of stuff, because you don't read that also. You don't read that anyways. So it's just a matter of
definitely.
look.
Yeah, alright, man. I actually have to start prepping for the other interview.
Yeah.
So it was really good having you on, though. This was fun today.
Yeah, thanks for
We talked a bunch. And if you do come to LA or whatever, just hit me up. Maybe we could get some lunch or something.
Sure thing, man. Sure thing.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. We'll keep in touch. We'll host a battle next week. I'll definitely have one set up.
Yeah, right. That's it. Yeah, I'd probably be down.
Perfect, man. Sounds good, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
See you, bud.
Bye.